going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Doc here, and welcome to Hobby Talk. Y'all already know how it goes down. Shout out to my sponsors, Pristine Auction, what they do. I love what they got going on in the hobby. As always, you need to check out the site and get into them auctions. But for my guests, a very special guest right here. Um, you talking about one of the coolest females in the hobby. I feel like that's like making great content. Um, Not only that, you have a great presence. The business moves that I feel like you make as well. Can somebody can relate to, not only that, learn from. Shout out to my girl Slab Mania. Welcome to the show.
Hey Doc, how's it going?
Going good, blessed. Always trying to get around to interviews like this and talk to very interesting people like you. So first off, I want to let the people know, or you let the people know who you are and what you're all about.
Yeah, so my name is Haley. I have a brand called Slab Mania that people usually call me Slab. But yeah, I pretty much last year, I want to say it's actually almost been a year since I started Slab Mania, and I was working a retail job at the time and quit that job and just went it all in on sports cards and content and started Slab Mania. And now I'm in Atlanta, like a couple months, after that, and it's been a crazy, fast-paced kind of everything happening all at once, but it's going really well so far.
Yeah, so that's the cool part right there is that like your name went from like boom to boom. I think I first heard about you on TikTok.
Yeah, so before starting sports card content, I was
Right.
creating content on TikTok that had absolutely nothing to do with sports. Nothing to do with the hobby. It was just like random videos and stuff like that. And during that time, I started that, I think back in like 2020 during like COVID and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to build up a following of over like a million followers on there. And so pretty much what I did was I just took everything that I learned from that account and put it into something that I'm actually passionate about, which is sports and sports cards. And I thought, why not put myself out there and try doing content in the sports card hobby? And so I did it one day and I just was consistent every day and started building up a following and was getting my foot in the door with a couple opportunities and a couple brands. And, then I got offered an opportunity to go down for an influencer takeover to Cards HQ during
Mm-hmm.
this past July, and
Okay.
then came back to Ohio, and then like a week later got a job offer from them. So it's been like all happened in like X amount of months, like so quickly that I don't think I really had the time to really step back and think like, hey, like your life changed very drastically. Like this is what you're doing right now. So it's been kind of wild.
All right. So for everyone that's going to be viewing this interview here, I love that story. Cause first off, I'm gonna nitpick some things. Cause
Yeah.
first off, you see how quickly things happen when you just start to apply. Okay, this is what I do. Let me try it in a different market. You
Yeah.
stay true to yourself at the end of the day, but just got into a completely different market. And like I say, it's something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
So for me, I want the viewers to be able to learn from that. Like literally, you say a year, right? A year.
Not even like so I first like my first video ever that I posted to Slab Mania was back in March,
Mm-hmm.
and then March to July is when I got the opportunity to come down to Cards HQ to do just like a creator takeover for July 4th weekend, and then came back to Ohio and had no idea what I was doing with my life because I had quit my job prior to going down in July. And like a week or two later, I got a call and they were like, "We want to offer you a position down here with Cards HQ." And so it was pretty much from March to July that my life drastically changed.
Wow. Okay. Now that right there is an amazing story. You stay true. Like once again, I'm gonna still stick to this. You stay true to yourself, but not only that, you gamble. you gambled on yourself. You took a risk on
Yeah.
yourself, and I think people should be able to learn from that. Cause for you, you could have strayed went another way. You know, you could have said, whatever. But
Yeah.
because of you actually being patient, trying something different, allowed you to be blessed with a whole nother opportunity to come your way. So before I want to get into a little bit of Cars HQ and what you're doing with them, first of all, with yourself and the content that you're making in the hobby. I see a lot of interesting videos from you, from anything from being funny to, informational. Like for you, what's the message that you're trying to get across? Just even as a content creator in the hobby.
Yeah, my honestly, my message is just have fun with it. Like I try never
Mm,
to make like too serious of content because that's not me. Like I like having fun with it. I like creating content for what I like. I don't try to worry about what I think the video, like if the video is what people want to see or if I think it's going to get X amount of views or if it's like what's hot right now. Like I just like making content that makes me happy that I have fun doing. But once like I think like consistency is really what kind of took my channel off is because I
mhm.
just thought one day like put yourself out there, be consistent with it, just be you. Don't try to be this person that don't try to put on a persona for the internet. Like that's not you.
Mhm.
So just be you, have fun with the content and your audience will find you.
I like that. So with that being said, content create now. You're creating content. I know your life has probably been on a roller coaster
A
since
little bit.
get on this lane. Like, what has been some of your favorite highs or some of your favorite moments in the hobby while you've been doing this thing?
I
You
would
know, I don't know if it's
say
meeting someone or etc.
I would say for sure a big high was the weekend of the national when it was in Cleveland this past national. That
Yeah.
was I mean, technically, that was the first car show I've ever been to in my life. But also, it was because it was the first opportunity I had to actually meet people in the hobby. And obviously, it's one thing talking to all these people on social media, but then when you actually get the opportunity to meet them in person and you just feel like such a good vibe from them, I feel like that's the moment where you're like, okay, this is the hobby. Like, this is what
Yeah.
it's all about. And I just had such a great time for those four or yeah,
Hmm.
I know I was there the whole time, but like Thursday through whenever it was,
Hmm.
I
It
just
felt long.
yeah,
It
it
felt long.
did, it did, yeah. But I got to meet such incredible people there, and people who I follow their content, and I'm a fan of their content. I got to meet and see, and I just had nothing but positive experiences from everybody there, and people were so welcoming to me because I'm very, very new in the hobby. Like I'm still learning about people. I'm still learning about things. Like I'm so new still into the hobby.
Yeah.
So a lot of these people that I met kind of took me under their wing and like showed me the ropes basically. And I would say that was probably like top high moments of so far of me doing this.
Wow. All right. So yeah, I definitely remember meeting you at the national. Remember taking pictures. I
Yeah.
remember that moment. Who was
I think we were
around?
over by the PSA booth, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
Jerry. I think Imani. I think we took a few pictures that's definitely posted on my
Yeah.
page. I think Imani was around as well. Um, man, can't think of who else was around us. But yeah, we do definitely got a group photo as well, and I definitely
Yeah.
took pictures with you. So that was like to me, that was my second national. Um, I've been getting a chance to, get my father down there and be able to share the
Awesome.
moments with him, which
Yeah.
has been different. So when you speak on the national, that's to me, that's like, the Super Bowl of the hobby for me. And you got other shows like Fanatics Fest that's now becoming, that mountaintop, and
Yeah.
and there's other shows as well. For you, when you talk about the national, besides the national, are there any other shows out there that have you been able to visit? Is fall on the smaller end or either on the bigger end? Now the question is, do you have cars for sale where you can co-sign with Pristine Auction for a limited time? Hobby Talk fans get no commission for, and I'm gonna say this again, they pay no commission for the first 90 days, and as well get up to 110%. You earn up to 110% on high value cards. Now, I can definitely say quick payouts, lower fees sound like a win win, right? I mean, come on now. You're talking big flips, big returns. You can't beat that. And as well, you can email sales@pristineauction.com and reach out to them today to get that going. Also, to my buyers, make sure to utilize the code HobbyTalk to get $25 off your first win. Let's go.
So I before I moved to Atlanta, I was able to make it to one show in Ohio.
Okay.
Greeny Sports Cards. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but Steve,
Yes.
he's an incredible guy. I got to go to one of the card shows, and the thing that I loved about that card show, it was smaller scale, but it still kind of felt like the whole show was very welcoming in a sense of like it felt like you were kind of a part of a family there, which I
Yeah.
loved. And everybody was so friendly there, and I got to walk around and meet people and hear about how they got into collecting. But other than basically that show and the national, I've not been to really any other card shows. I
No,
need
that's
to though.
good.
I need to. I just I might like my weekends all the time. I don't like have availability on my weekends for the most part because I work on Saturdays. But
Hmm.
like on Sundays, I really want to try to in the future start being more aggressive with, starting off with like maybe just local shows in Atlanta. And then,
Yeah.
maybe if I get the opportunity to travel to some of the bigger ones like Dallas or, one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, that Dallas is a pretty good show. I haven't been there in a while. Um, I do recommend starting off with the smaller shows, even
Yeah,
like if it's just trade nice things of that nature.
right.
Um, for you, I definitely been to the show that you spoke on. I think they did a show in Cleveland.
Yeah, they do a lot of them. Like they kind of travel around to a bunch of cities in Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah, great show. I think they had I want to say Cleveland ESPN there. I got a chance to rip, what was it? NFL All Day, which is like the NFTs for the
Oh, okay.
NFL. Got a chance to rip that live there
Oh,
and
that's
give
awesome.
away packs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great show. I haven't been in a while, but that's one of the first shows as well that I kind of like ventured out to on my own and was like, okay, let me check it out. Was there for work as well, but being able to travel,
Okay.
that's a big thing. So now move forward a little bit and there's a opportunity at Cars HQ.
Yeah.
How has that been for you?
I have loved it since the day I started. It's been going really well. So my position there is I'm the social media manager for Cards HQ, but then I'm
Yeah.
also a breaker for them. I break twice a week.
Hmm.
And both, so I kind of have like a little hybrid position. In both positions, I love. I'm learning so much about it. And there's days where I kind of like ask myself, I'm like, which one do you like better? And it's honestly, I don't know which one I like, what position I like better because I love breaking and being able to, open sports cards for a job is incredible. And, doing social media, which I love, and content creation and stuff like that, I also
Yeah.
love. So it's, I feel very very blessed to have given this incredible opportunity.
No, and see that's the thing. What you was doing already beforehand, before you even got into collectibles, just bringing y'all back to a story. You started off already doing something different. Then, like I say, took that and got into the sports cars.
Yeah.
Then moving forward now with Cars HQ, and I mean, literally, you took everything what you was already doing. I'm guessing, from the time being before sports cars, and look, it blessed you in a situation, and with, say, a nice job. I mean, you breaking and creating content for one of the biggest sports car shops in the country. Car shop in the country. Um,
Yeah.
that's major. That's really major, and the fact that you know I'm able to go down there freely like I want, because I live in Georgia,
Yeah.
and being able to see that shop is crazy. So I definitely recommend anyone, if you haven't got a chance to visit Cars HQ, definitely do so. So Cars HQ, I know what you do now. How was the experience with these trade nights? I've been there with you.
Yeah.
I experienced firsthand. It is insane. I understand that you said that you don't get to travel as much because you work on the weekends, but you do get to experience some of these trade nights from
Yeah.
everyone coming over from a show to one
Yeah.
building. How is that experience right there?
It's amazing because when I first started there, it was kind of cool to see because I kind of jumped in with the company, when the company is very, very new to begin with.
Yeah.
And so, to be able to be, jumped in while they're still in the early stages, my first trade night working there, it was
Hmm.
honestly, now that I think about it, I think my first trade night there, it ended up being, I think there was an event. I think it was like a Tops Hobby Rip Night or something. I think
Hmm.
might have been the first one. So that to me, as my first trade night, I was like, oh my gosh, the amount of people that are in here. And I don't think I really was prepared for the magnitude of what their trade nights entailed until I started working there and experienced it.
Yeah.
And it was just really cool now since working there and, being at all the trade nights. It's really cool to see how much they have grown. And not only in a sports card sense, but also in a TCG sports card sense. Because I mean, you've seen it, like how much
Hmm.
TCG is there. And, a
Yes.
couple months ago, it was all sports cards, but now you're seeing so much TCG at these trade nights and so many. So not only do you have everybody from the sports card hobby coming in, but now you
Right.
have everybody from the TCG hobby coming into the building, and these trade nights are just packed. And it's good to see. Like I love it. I love seeing everybody in the hobby come together. And yeah, it gets pretty packed.
Yeah. Even my experience, it's crazy that the individuals I've seen. I haven't seen anyone from like Michael Rubin there to like
Yeah,
um Darth Vader.
yeah,
Like, that's
yeah,
I know that's like a fun environment. Um and to be able to put yourself in position, kudos to you, because yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to it as a woman in this space. Kudos
appreciate
to
it.
you,
Appreciate
seriously.
it. Thank you. Thank you.
As a woman in this space, yes, we are all the same. We are human beings, but there are layers. And I do feel like women have a voice. I do feel like women, I
Yeah,
respect women. I have a mother, I have a sisters. So when I see you and you bloom, and also to be in the position that you are, that shows someone like my sister or my youngest sister. Shout out to Leah, my youngest sister. Like, I don't know, you could be an inspiration to her in any way to be in them type of positions. And I hope nothing but the best for you moving forward in your future life, far as dealing with collectibles in your career, to continue to blossom and to continue to put yourself in opportunities where you might mostly see men. So I love that, and kudos to Cars HQ for taking a chance on you and showing diversity. I think that means a lot. So for
yeah,
you as a woman, yeah, I'm definitely putting you on that pedestal because it's not a lot of many women that does what you do. There are a few. I even seen the post recently with Jess. That was
yeah.
dope right there.
Yeah,
That's
she's
creative.
she's another incredible female in the hobby and content creator. And she's been somebody from the beginning when I first started getting into the hobby.
Yeah.
She was been a big support system for me too, and offered me advice and has just been such a great friend. And I feel grateful for being able to be close with her now, and being closer to female creators and like Jenny Marie Sports Cards. And
Hmm.
there's just a lot of great females that are starting to, not, I mean, ones that have already been in the hobby, but it's really cool to now see more start to pop up in the hobby. But yeah,
Yes,
it's
yes.
awesome.
That I agree with the pop up. I
Yeah.
like that. I mean, it's 2025. create your voice.
Yeah.
I think we're in a place now where people are more educated than they was during COVID about this hobby and how it moves. So yeah, man, kudos to you on what you're doing now. I see. I guess you more of a Cleveland fan.
Yep.
Yeah. I seen you put up. Was it the boy Nick Chubbs?
Oh my
The boy.
gosh. Yeah, I'm I'm a little
Yo, that
like,
card is fire. Yeah, first of all, it's two of them that you posted, right?
yeah,
Is
so I'm currently on a journey right now, and I know
oh
this journey
shoot.
is going to take me a while, but I'm
Mm.
trying to complete his 2018 rookie Prism rainbow. Not only just like the regular rainbow, but also the autograph version of that rainbow. And it's going to be a long journey, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And Nick Chubb, I love him so much, and I'm like heartbroken thinking about him not being on the Browns anymore, but I'm happy for him to go to a team at a chance at getting the Super Bowl because the Browns will not be doing that anytime soon. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
look. You never know, Jameis
true.
Winston. I believe him a little bit, but I y'all gonna figure it out.
I
I'm gonna
hope.
say this: being out here in Georgia, they love Nick Chubb. I got a chance to see him play once when he came to Atlanta,
Okay.
to play against Falcons. I mean, I think he had like 126 yards, maybe a TD. Usual Nick Chubb. I had him in fantasy as well.
Yeah.
I drafted him late this year, thinking I can get him on the back end. You
Yeah.
know, because he had a few games off early in the year. I'm like, let me hold off to him on the back end. Did a little something, but got hurt again. But
Yeah.
for Georgia, I mean, behind me, I got a picture. I think yeah, Nick Chubb back here, all kind of stuff in the back. A little
I
bit of
love that.
Georgia.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of got it faded, but yeah, Nick Chubb over here. So I am a Florida State guy as well,
Okay.
but yeah, I rock with Nick Chubb, Sony Michelle, all them boys that came from over there. I think Ty Gurley. I mean, it's a long list when you're talking
Yeah.
about Georgia. So yo, shout out to Cleveland and what they
Yeah.
doing. You
We're
being in
going to
Cleveland,
win the championship, the Cavs.
yeah. So last but not least, I want to ask you, are you collecting anything else? Let's say non-sport. Is there anything that you
None.
collect?
So, not right now. Like when I was younger, my collecting pretty much started with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
And
Yep.
then it quickly progressed into collecting sports cards. But now as an adult, I really now working at Cards HQ, it's funny because every time I walk by the TCG cards, I'm always like, oh, like should I get back into collecting this? Like, will my
Yeah.
bank and like that I'm collecting this? No. Because I know knowing me, I'd spend so much money on like TCG cards, even though I know nothing about them now. But
Yeah.
yeah, now I'm kind of other than sports, I really don't collect any other stuff. I have like a couple, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards that, kept from since I was little. But yeah, now pretty much what I'm trying to do is I'm just on a journey to have like the best Nick Chubb PC right now.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to like sell every single one of my cards except Nick Chubb just to focus on collecting something that I love and that I enjoy collecting. So yeah, it's my collecting kind of shifts once in a while. So
I like that. Good luck on that journey. On that Nick Chubb, I think I would do the same for Kobe cards. I'm a big Kobe
yeah,
collector. So for you, good luck on that journey and kudos to you on everything that you have achieved this far. Not only as a woman, but as just a content creator in this space where it's a lot of judgmental. There's a lot of people thoughts. There's a lot of opinions. There's a lot that goes on in this hobby, and for you to have a clear mind and to also achieve the things that you achieved at a fast rate, kudos to you.
I
And
appreciate
and
that.
like
Thank you.
yeah, it needs to be said, and let the people know where they can find.
Yeah, so pretty much my main form of posting content is going to be on Instagram. It's at slab_mania. I back when I first started Slab Mania, I also started on TikTok too doing Slab Mania, but I'm so bad at posting on there. But pretty much Instagram is where you could find me every single day.
Definitely. Hey, I'm on the page too. I definitely follow the page. So make sure
Appreciate
y'all
it.
tune in with her. And I appreciate y'all tuning in to Hobby Talk. And as well, shout out to my sponsors, Pristine Auction, that is. It's your boy the Doc. All right, everyone, that's it for this week episode. I appreciate Slab Mania for hopping on. She did it big for the women. I'm looking to get more women on Hobby Talk. I think it's very influential to see, not only just men, but also women doing their thing in this hobby. And once again, shout out to Pristine Auction for what they do. It's your boy the Doc. It's Hobby Talk.